What's going on, y'all? We're back.
What's up?
Yeah, it's been a minute,
Right.
but stuff happens. But
Life
no,
happens.
yup, life happens.
Yep.
Real talk focus. You already know who we are,
Right.
man. And we're back at it again to talk
Yeah.
about the more bases of spirituality and religion.
Right. Yep.
So here we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So
So,
how you been, man?
man, I've been good,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I just been going through some unexpected conditions sometimes.
Yeah, I
Little
hear you.
circumstances.
Life.
Yeah, life.
Yeah.
Life happens. It
Right.
throws me a curveball,
Yeah, man. That's
But
good.
then, it just feels good to do another episode.
Right.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, I'm still alive, still pretty healthy,
Yeah.
Still got, food on the table, clothes
Right.
on my back, still got my family.
Yeah.
So, so no matter what happens, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
is always try to find the good in everything. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even things,
man.
when things go sideways, sometimes or things, we got things going on in our life.
right.
Sometimes it's, it tends to be hard at times, but we keep on going. We keep on doing what we have to do.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like you said, we focus on the good things that we have, and
Right.
we are thankful for those things, because
Yeah.
yeah, man, some of us don't have those things, and
Right.
sometimes we can't sit around and just complain and complain when
Oh
we're
my gosh. Yeah.
sometimes we have it very, very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true, man.
But yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, what? Because I know you're pretty, you're into religion and stuff like that. Would you consider
Yeah.
yourself like? Do you have like Christian or
Oh
anything like
man. Okay, so I consider myself a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
but every time I say that, they put me in a category of the church like Christian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Church is good and everything
Yeah.
and all, but I just what my personal belief is, I just follow Christ Jesus.
Gotcha.
No matter what church I go to or
Right.
like. But the thing with me is, like I said before previously, is all about the connection with Him.
Right.
So there's so many, because anybody can go to church.
Yeah.
I mean, we there's so many people that go to church, but like I said before, it's all about taking the church home with you.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is actually taking what you truly believe in
Right.
and building the commitment around your home with that.
Yeah.
So so with me, I put Christ Jesus first in everything I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No matter if I'm having a bad day or a good day, He still comes first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so with that, man, it's pretty good because it's a learning process.
Right.
So when people ask me, you're Christian, yes, I'm a Christian, but then like I said, there's different branches of Christianity.
Yeah.
And so my answer is, hey, I just follow Christ Jesus. I just follow His word and the Heavenly Father, Yahweh.
Right.
So that's the thing with me. So with me, I just keep that relationship with Him,
Right.
stay connected to Him, and with that doesn't mean, because there's people have different images about that.
Right.
They put an image on you. They be like, "Oh, okay, that means you gotta be super holy and stuff," and that's
Yeah.
not the case.
Right.
I'm complete opposite.
Yeah.
That's why I find my belief with Him, because I have so many mistakes and failures that
Right.
I believe He's the one that can mold me and sculpture me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to discover my true power, my true potentials.
Right.
And then work out my weaknesses as well.
Yeah.
So He's the one that empowers me.
Right.
But then again, I'm real open-minded. So I
Yeah.
read a lot of spiritual books as well. So, I heard, like Spiritual Awakenings,
Right. Okay.
Akashic Records.
Yeah.
You mentioned it before. The subconscious, the conscious.
Like
I forgot the name
like
of it.
astro projecting or something.
Yeah, it's stuff like that too.
Okay. Yeah.
But believing in your conscious mind as well.
Right.
Yeah,
So, definitely.
Yeah, so it's awesome. But with that said, I mean, I know that's like a long answer, but
No, hey, that's cool, man.
I just had to break it down a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah.
But with you though, what are you like personal beliefs?
Well, for me, I mean, religion, I mean, it always came, when I was really younger, we
Right.
went to church and stuff like that, but I just never really felt
Right.
church, and I never felt something that was very. I don't know. I just didn't feel. It wasn't that I didn't feel right or anything like that, because there
Okay.
was good people there. What I started noticing was that people were very uh, they weren't consistent, with how
Oh,
they
okay.
acted.
Yeah.
So they were kind of hypocritical at times,
Oh,
with their
okay.
actions and how they would be. I would see, because we lived in a neighborhood where it was just mainly Hispanic people, and a lot of
Right.
Hispanics are very religious and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But the thing that I saw a lot was, especially my friends, we have, a bunch of kids, and they have their dads and stuff like that, and their moms and their families, whatever. But what I would see a lot is, their parents, their father, or whatever it was, their mother, there would be very aggressive with the kids at times, and treating them bad at times. Some of the kids, their parents were very just bad, and then
Right.
cussing at them, kind of not treating them right,
Right. Oh,
not
okay.
not parenting right, if
Yeah.
you will.
Okay. Yeah.
But and then drinking a lot. A lot of the parents were drinkers, and all that stuff, and swore, just the whole book,
Oh, okay.
and then they would go to church, and ask for forgiveness. A
Right.
lot of them cried, but then once they left the church,
Oh
then it was
man,
back
it
into
went
their
back to the. Oh,
to their
okay.
negativity. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
what you mean. Yeah.
so I just started seeing the hypocritical. It's like the thing you said. They didn't take the word seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people just went there just because it was a way to make them feel like they were doing something
Right.
correct, or like, oh, okay, I just have to ask for forgiveness, and that's it. And then
Yeah.
next Sunday I'll ask for forgiveness again, and then next Sunday I'll ask for forgiveness again,
Right.
instead of leading their life properly, like making changes within themselves,
Yes.
because you can say, oh, okay, I'm going to change, I'm sorry, that's all good. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what, like,
Yeah.
I felt like people were doing. Like,
Right.
oh, I'm sorry. And then, okay, everything's fine, but yet I'm still acting the same way. I'm
Yeah.
still
Exactly.
doing the same things. I'm still being bad. I'm still thinking wrong. I'm still thinking negatively. I'm still,
Right. Yeah.
treating my kids wrong. I'm still being a bad influence to them. Stuff like that. And so they didn't take the words with them, like you said, to their home. Then they apply it at their homes. Um, so with me, I saw that a lot, and I realized that it was more than that. You needed to be consistent, and also our father, he would say, you don't have to be at church to
Mm.
call on God or
Mm.
to pray to God.
Yeah.
You could be at your home. You don't necessarily always have to go to church.
Yeah.
And so it's like I saw that, and I analyzed it as I grew up, and I was like, it's true. It's true to be able to take the word and what it said in there, what's said in the Bible and stuff like that.
Right.
And also in like other religions, there's plenty. There's
Oh yeah.
Buddhism.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Christianity. There's what else?
Yeah. There's like Muslims.
Muslim. And all that
Yeah.
stuff. So, but what it comes down to also, and when you look at the history of it, it has created a lot of wars,
Yes.
so
It
many
has.
genocides over the centuries, and that's not what it's about. It's not
Right.
about destroying another person or another people, or even just here in this country.
Right. Yeah.
When this country was invaded,
Oh
by
yeah.
like the Spanish.
Right.
Well, Spanish and the French, they invaded Mexico and all that, and all up and down Mexico.
Yeah.
But they brought what? The Bible,
But yes.
preaching the Bible, preaching a certain religion.
Yeah.
Either you go with this religion, or you got the gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either you follow what we say, or boom, we kill you. And they've
Yeah.
killed off thousands and thousands of people.
Man.
They destroyed millions of, or thousands of different dialects, and
Yeah.
things that we will never know, because they destroyed them, just due to the fact of religion, pushing a religion, or pushing their own. And the
Yeah.
same thing with Columbus, and all that stuff, and
Oh
when
yeah.
they discovered the United States.
Yeah.
But there's native people here,
Right. Of course.
and
Yeah.
then just hearing that too, native people and what they believed in,
Right. Yes.
was spirituality, and I
Oh
was
yeah.
more in tune with like the earth and with nature
Right.
and stuff
And
like that.
yeah. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
That's good. Like your perspective is awesome. You know
Thanks,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a different perspective, but it's open too.
Right.
Because you actually see like the reality of it.
Yeah.
Because this ain't fake.
Right.
This is real stuff.
Right.
Like, because the word did cause wars, and
Right.
even till this day.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's crazy you mentioned that because it's supposed to be unity, unifying us,
Right.
and tapping in with each other in our higher selves.
Exactly.
And evolving.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's a
so
perfect example. It
yeah.
should be, and it does, and it speaks about unity, and it speaks
Oh
about
yeah, yes,
being righteous and being courteous and being respectful and loving, and but then people will get into that. Well,
yeah,
my
yes.
Bible says this. Well,
My
my
Bible
God.
says it's yeah.
Well, my, it's like we take that my. It's not
Yes.
yours. It's
Yeah.
not yours. It's for everybody.
Everybody, yes.
And that's where the conflict came because they, it's true. It's a form of control,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it can be used that like the Book
Oh
of
yeah.
Eli, the movie.
Oh, the Book of Eli, yes.
Yeah, if anybody's
That's a
seen
good
that,
one.
you kind of see that. You see that's what they kind of display,
Yeah.
the power
Yeah.
that the Bible can have.
Oh yeah.
So in that movie, it was a time where there was post apocalyptic time.
Yeah.
Nuclear warfare destroyed the communities, world, the cities, and it was in ruins. You're pretty much just building back up. People just coming back up. But there's one person
Yeah.
that's trying to seek the Bible because he understands the power of it,
Yeah.
and one that holds the Bible because he understands the power of it, but he believes in the word and it's what it means and what it means to follow it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
word and what it to be
Yeah.
a true person. And so, and then it depicts the bad guy trying to
Of
get the
course.
Bible because
Yeah.
he knows how to use it to manipulate and control
manipulate.
the people.
Yeah.
And so it goes on and
That's the crazy.
Yeah.
That's like one of the greatest examples
yeah.
for using that movie, especially for
Right.
this episode, this
Yeah.
topic, because
Yeah.
that's so true. It shows you both sides, right?
Right.
How it's so powerful you can manipulate people and
Yeah.
control them,
Right.
and it shows the other side, like how you actually, like you said, being true with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And transforming with it, transitioning yourself to align yourself
Right.
with the word.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's perfect. To align yourself. To be able to use the word to pretty much better yourself
Yes.
internally.
Yeah, internally, yeah,
mentally,
exactly.
and because it all starts within.
Yeah, it does.
And so, yeah. I mean, and then for me, I never dove so deep into it where I was like, oh, you don't believe in what I say. That's why how you sometimes even to the day now you get people knocking on the door.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Preaching certain Bibles or
Yeah.
editions
Mhm.
of the Bible, and
Yeah.
I always like to talk to them just because I like to give my perspective on the idea,
Oh yeah.
and but yeah, you could tell how it creates separation, and then it shouldn't be that
It does.
way.
Yeah, it shouldn't
You
be
know?
that way at all.
No.
It's crazy because, I have my own version of the Bible I read,
Yeah.
and the reason why I read this specific Bible is because I can understand it better.
Right.
It just it's just different terminologies.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's the same thing, same words. Just like the word the word extraordinary.
Uh-huh.
That word also means tremendous.
Right.
It's a similar word. It's
Yeah.
a different, terminology. So, but there's people out there they'll probably judge my Bible because
Right.
that's what the separation is too.
Right.
It's like you ain't reading my edition, you
Yeah.
ain't reading my version.
Right.
Then since you don't read my version, basically you don't worship the Jesus I worship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or what religion it is. But I'm just using Christianity as an example because that's what I am,
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so, I got that in the past where, people will judge you
Yeah.
based on what type of edition Bible you're reading. It should not matter. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? My personal relationship with him might be different than your relationship with him.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
it's the same one,
Yeah.
but he uses us differently
Right.
for his purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, yeah, I got that a lot, a
Yeah.
few times in my past. Where people are like, oh, you read that type of version? Like, yeah, what's wrong with it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the
Exactly.
same thing. Like,
Yeah. And then
you
I don't know.
know?
I mean, I like to, the story of Jesus and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and also, if you like heard certain like about Buddha,
Hmm.
because he was also supposedly a
Yeah.
being,
A spiritual
a
like
being
being.
that
Yeah.
just like Jesus,
Hmm.
not just like, but
I know what you mean.
in
Yeah.
that in their language and their customs for the Indians.
Right.
But there were people supposedly in the past that were very enlightened.
Yes. Yeah.
So like I always look at that and you think for me it makes me think deeply into it and like um if Jesus was this person who thought very very deeply within himself, he thought deeply, he also took a journey like a 20-year or 30-year journey
Yeah.
or
That's what
something
I
like
heard
that,
too. Yeah.
where
Something.
he went off and studied different places, went to different parts of the world,
Yeah. Travel and stuff.
and so like being able to see different perspectives, see life through different eyes, and then that I believe that gives you knowledge, like I
Right.
said before, eternal knowledge,
Yeah.
to be able to see life through different perspectives,
Yeah.
through different worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
it's in the world, and I mean like different places of the
Of
world,
course.
but it's
Yeah.
still different because it's not our world, that we live
Right.
in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes we're very confined,
Yes,
and
we
so
are.
when you step out of your own little world, your eyes are bright. Your eyes are broadened to something more. You see more. You are like, oh, okay, this is how this person lives. This is how these people live. These are their customs.
Yeah.
This is what they believe in. And that broadens your horizons and what
Yeah.
your mentality and what life is. And then, I believe it's deeper too. Because Jesus, he's the Son of God. You
Yeah.
know, and so God, people don't really know who is God. It's like,
Yeah.
it could be because it said he created the heavens, the earth,
Right.
know,
Yeah.
in like what, like a week or a day or
It's the
something.
7 days.
In
I think
7 days.
6 days.
Yeah.
The seventh day you rested.
Right. And so it's like, okay, if that, because even that question still goes on.
Mm.
Like who are we? Where did we come from?
Mm-hmm.
What is our true purpose on this earth?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so and then you people ask, and then how were the stars created? How were how did we
Yeah.
get here?
Right.
And then you get those theories from scientists.
Of course.
They're theories. They're not
Yeah.
solid proof. The Big Bang,
Mm.
that's a theory.
Yeah.
The fact that we evolved throughout, that's a theory.
Yeah.
Those are all theories. They're not based on anything that's solid and true.
Right.
So it's still it makes you question like, okay, yeah, I mean, where did we come from? How did we get here to this point?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, of course, we sometimes grasp onto whatever we hear and whatever we're told because we don't know.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
truly don't know. We
Yeah.
are beings that are really literally as babies we're born, and
Right.
it's an empty slate.
Yeah.
These minds, our brains. There's
Yeah.
an empty computer, if you want to,
Right.
let's say an empty floppy disk.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
has no information yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I believe there is information in there.
Yeah.
But it's information that we're not taught to access, and we're not
Right.
taught to, and that's where I believe in the whole spirituality, like how like the Native Americans, in Mexico, the Mayans, the Aztecs, all around the world, there were natives. Even in Antarctica,
Oh yeah.
the natives, there's natives. I truly believe that the beings, the natural beings
Mm-hmm.
around this earth, were beings that were just spiritually in tune with
Yes.
the earth, with the elements. They were taught something way different. They came by what, not too sure.
Yeah.
But obviously they had their customs. They were taught something. They saw something different.
Yeah. They're more like you just said, they're more spiritually enlightenment. They're able to step into that spiritual realm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
able to learn
Right.
and to grow
Right.
with the spirit as well.
Yeah.
So that's that's really fascinating. That's true
Yeah.
because they're more in tune in that side.
Right.
You know.
And
So-
who knows, or they have to have been taught that.
Right. Yeah.
They had to have been
Yeah.
because again,
Yeah.
when we're born
Right.
as an empty slate.
Yeah.
Like we need to be nurtured and taught
Yeah.
certain things. We're not just born and
Right.
smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a capable being. I know how to do everything.
Yeah. You don't pop out the
No.
womb and say, "Hey, mama," you know
Yeah,
what I'm
let me put a
saying?
couple let me put my glasses on and type on the computer. We need to be
Yeah.
nurtured.
Yeah.
We need to be raised. We need to be taught.
Yeah.
So we were taught back in those times, a long time ago, when there wasn't technology like what we have now. We were taught something different. There was some
Right.
different type of knowledge back then.
Yeah.
And you see it. I mean, you see it, and people are still. They're like taken away by how the Egyptians built those
Oh, yeah.
pyramids, those perfectly aligned pyramids.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
so perfectly aligned and mathematically designed, and these big freaking 30-ton or 3,000-ton boulders that.
Yeah.
How did they get it to?
And limestones. Those limestones are heavy.
You know what I mean?
So how did they? Because I asked people like, how did they stack? I asked few people in the past like
Yeah.
how they stack those limestones on top of each other.
Yeah.
And
And so perfectly.
exactly.
So perfectly. So.
And a lot of people say like they use rope, which
Yeah,
it kind of makes sense. But rope can break after a certain height because you gotta remember those pyramids are tall, they're huge,
and also
and precise.
Exactly, and also the fact that supposedly there were slaves.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
how are hungry, depleted energy slaves that don't
Yeah.
have good nutritious
Yeah. Malnutritious.
they're malnutrition
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah, and
healthy. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So it's
And you
like
gotta
kinda-
remember, they're saying that they travel to get the limestones.
Yeah.
It isn't like the limestones were next to each other
No.
and like, hey, yo, Cesar, pick this up for me. Okay, no
Yeah.
problem, Donnie.
Yeah.
I don't need your help. It's fine.
Right.
No, it didn't work like that.
Exactly. So it's like, and also the pyramids. There's pyramids all around the world. All around the world that we don't really know of, and we're not
Yeah.
taught of.
Right.
But there was something going on back in the days where technology wasn't what we see what it is now. I feel like it was something more different. It was a different technology that was being used, and
Right.
because even the pyramids over in Mexico,
Man.
just beautiful designs that were just built out of the Aztec, or not the Aztec,
The Mayans.
no, the Nazca lines over like
okay.
in Peru.
Yeah. Okay.
There were there's mountains that were literally, it seemed like they were just cut
right.
flat, and there are a bunch of lines, almost look like a land use
Oh,
strip.
shit.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I feel like it was back then there was different technology that was more centered on improving the ability of the human to do certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
And the reason why I think that also is because I've talked about him before, is Nikolai Tesla.
Yeah.
He developed a lot of technology that was beyond, during his times. That was in the 1900s. That was way back when, a long time ago. He invented free energy. He believed that free energy was for the people. Like, he was creating technology that would benefit the people.
Right.
He discovered that a certain type of frequency, magnetic frequency, can improve a person's mind.
Yeah.
Because there's our atoms.
Yeah.
Scientists have discovered that we have atoms in our.
Oh yeah.
Everything has, every matter, every living thing, or even this couch.
Yeah. Everything has
has
some type
a
of
matter
has type of energy.
that has a certain type of vibration.
Yeah.
That makes it that way it is.
Right. Exactly.
And so we're literally vibration. There's a certain frequency that everything has at a molecular level,
Yeah. Exactly.
And so Nikolai Tesla discovered that. He understood that, and he was working with that, and so using magnetic frequency, electricity, and created a lot of things back then, free energy, laser beams, the current that we use now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, and then also there was a guy, I forget his name, but it was over in Florida. He created the Coral Castle, and the way his story, if you look it up, you can look at, it's called Coral Castle. It's over in Florida.
Okay.
And he came from Germany, back then, and he said that he discovered the technology of the Egyptians.
Dang.
He didn't tell exactly what he
Right.
discovered, but what a lot of people started finding out is that he would work a lot with radio frequencies.
Oh, okay.
And so what he discovered, supposedly, a lot of people think they never got the truth out, supposedly. But he got these long pieces of coral cut
Yeah.
from manufacturer
Okay.
and brought over to this place that he bought, this piece of land, and they were just big rectangle pieces, and like big, just they weighed a ton, like, and he was just a short little guy, skinny short little guy.
Man.
He fenced it off where he was going to build his coral castle, and within 2 weeks, he built this monuments, different sculptures with the with the coral. He built like this beautiful little castle place thing that he has over there, and and it was just one guy that did it. He did it within 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
And
I
so
didn't know about
supposedly,
that shit. That's crazy.
what some people think is that there's a certain frequency. If
Yeah.
you match, like, let's say, like a rock,
Yeah.
if you match its frequency
Mhm.
at that frequency, you can levitate it.
Mm.
You can
Yeah.
zero out the frequency and then levitate it, shape whatever material you want with that certain frequency. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of people think that he discovered, especially the fact that he said, "I discovered the technology of the Egyptians."
That's crazy.
And so that's why I believe that he
Mm.
discovered that, and that he always kept that secret, because he said that, you know, pretty much that the world is not ready for this
Right.
type of technology at this point.
Yeah.
Which is,
Especially where we're going down, you know what I'm saying, with
know,
this generation.
and so, but anyways, like going back to spirituality and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I really feel um, that when I was saying, we're blank slates, but we're not. I don't feel like we're 100% blank slates.
Yeah.
I do feel that there's knowledge, eternal knowledge within every person. Why?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, when we're born, it's just two microscopic organisms:
Yeah.
the seed and then the female egg.
Yeah.
Microscopic, tiny little. You can't see it. You
Crazy.
can't even, if you put it in your hand, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, two microscopic things that come together and they fuse.
Right.
And when they fuse, all that energy, imagine how much energy, how much information those two seeds have to create a thing
Yeah.
1,000, 100 million times bigger than what it was.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yup.
It's this explosion of energy that is,
Yeah.
that's kind of reminds me of how when the society discovered the atom,
Mm.
and how to
Yeah.
use the atom, but in a harmful way.
Of course, yeah.
Because they
Yes.
started building nuclear weapons.
It's crazy, man. Yeah.
So think about that same energy, but they at its microscopic form, and then but it's two, biological
Right.
sentient beings that come together, and they, with their energy and information that they have, they create this perfect being.
Right. Yeah.
The way our hands, our
Right.
eyes, our every cell, everything that goes throughout our body for us to function the way we do is
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, I mean, at times, it's not, because we have deformities, but at times
Right.
it's not deformities. Some people that have, like autism and stuff like
Yeah.
that, those kind of things. I don't,
Yeah.
like, I don't think those are deformities, because or like, a deformity, or a,
Like the
a disorder
disabilities,
or
disorders.
disability,
Yeah.
because some of those people are just smart. They have like
Yeah.
a certain things that they
Yeah.
can do that are beyond what we could do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, and then that makes me think about, just I look out into nature, or into the world. The what we breathe in, this air, we need it to breathe to survive.
Right.
It's a thing that we can't see. We don't, but it's what we take in within to our bodies to keep on living.
Yeah.
And then animals, even the smallest, tiniest little creatures, if you look at them,
Yeah.
they're perfectly made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that energy, where does it come from,
Yeah.
So that, some people will call that let's say it is God. That
Mhm.
energy is God. The ability for it to exist, it is God. That is within everything.
Mhm.
And but then it makes you question too. It's like, where did
Yeah.
that energy come from? Where did it
It's
start?
deep. Yeah,
You
it's
know what I
deep.
mean?
Yeah, deep questions.
But I feel
It's
like it's
deep.
within. Like,
Yeah.
are we're able to tap into that knowledge,
Mm.
but we're just not taught to. We're taught
Yeah.
that certain things we can't do. Certain things are, well, that's fiction. That we
Yeah.
can't. There's no such thing as a spiritual world, or there's, oh, that's just folk
Man.
tale. You know what I
Man,
mean?
it's it's deep, bro. Because like you talked about, like you break down to an energy,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because it's the energy of this planet. Like you mentioned,
Right.
there's living beings on this planet, not
Yeah.
just humans.
Yeah.
There's insects,
Yeah.
microscopic organisms. There's
Right.
mammals, but
Right.
then you got the plant life. The
Right.
trees are living.
Yeah.
Planet Earth itself is a living. It's a living
Right.
organism.
Right.
It produces.
Exactly.
And so you look at that. Then you look at the stars and
Yeah.
the constellations, then the
Yeah.
galaxies, and then you open your mind to, okay, the universe is endless, which
Right.
means there's black holes out there in the universe. There
Right.
might be different dimensions,
Right.
so it's crazy when you break down that energy because
Right.
it's like it shows that how things can be connected, rather if it's an energetic level, spiritual level, even vibration and frequencies.
Right.
Yeah, they're just all connected.
Yeah.
You know,
It's, and it
it's
is.
crazy.
It is. And that's why, I always say, we're not that different from each other. Human
Yeah,
beings. We go through our own experiences, our own realities, and what we go through. But deep down within it, we're not that different.
right.
And sometimes we're not that different as our experiences.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, that's why I also believe that we all seek to have something to, like, peace within us. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I believe that there's a definitely a realm where we can tap into, but we're
mm,
just not taught. And that's that
right.
spiritual world, or
Oh
that
yeah,
energy field,
oh yeah,
because it's everything's energy that's around us. Everything takes energy.
yeah.
There's different types of electricity. There's
Mhm.
magnetic energy.
Oh
There's
yeah,
um, uh, the just having air, within us, that
right.
creates an energy.
Yeah.
Water creates an
Oh
energy.
yeah,
Sometimes,
water. Yeah. Oh yeah.
fire.
Yeah,
You know
natural
what I mean?
elements.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and I also believe in meditation. I
Oh
believe,
yes, yeah. Yep.
like, I've always, for the longest time, I believed in meditation, and read certain books or watched certain videos, and different people's ideas of meditation throughout
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
And I've had my little experiences where, I've what I've came for me, what has come to for me for my meditation is breathing,
Yeah.
and laying down.
Yeah.
Some people will do it, sitting down. Some people
Right.
do it, but mine is laying down, And when I meditate, it's just breathing in air. I first think, positive, thoughts,
Of course. Yeah.
positive energy.
Yeah.
Um, that's pretty much it, positive energy. And then as I keep going, then I start thinking, just breathing,
Yeah.
and what that breath takes, is breathing in the good, breathing in air, letting it out, breathing in the good, letting
Yeah.
it out, And also before I start, I'm always like thankful for where I'm at,
Yeah.
um, just positive thoughts, just
Yeah.
everything, for the people that are in my life, for everything, where I'm at, the things that have come into my life. I believe that, that whole, um, being able to attract, the law of attraction.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's part of it.
That's again,
That's a big part
that
of it.
starts
Yeah.
here, and that's a certain type of energy.
Yeah.
If you think
Yeah.
negative, negative will happen. If you think
Exactly.
positive, positive will happen.
Exactly.
So that's a certain type of energy.
Yeah.
So I think that first, think all the good things, and then I go into the breathing, and then when I focus on just breathing, there's one time when I was doing that, and it was literally just focus on my breathing, nothing else, and I got so focused on that, like mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I believe it truly happened.
Okay,
It was something that happened because I was 100% aware, and I
right.
was just calm, breathing, just focus on my breathing, in and out, how it felt and everything, and I just started feeling this warm vibration from my feet
Damn.
going up my legs, and it was a warm vibration. It didn't hurt, it didn't feel uncomfortable. It wasn't like something or like my like
Yeah.
my leg is falling asleep. No,
Yeah, yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like
I
that.
dig
You
it.
know,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah,
warm vibration, like a warm, just subtle vibration, just moving slowly up my feet, and I didn't know what it was. It scared me, so I stopped and like I got up and I was like, man, what was that?
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
huh,
You stopped because it was like unfamiliar to you.
yeah, and then
Sometimes you tapped into it.
yeah,
Yeah, and I believe in that stuff.
yeah,
I'm totally got an open mind.
right,
The thing is with me. Of course, you guys already know my personal belief.
yeah,
So I believe everything came from the Creator,
yeah,
or who I call Yahweh.
right,
You know, in Christ Jesus, His begotten Son.
yeah,
So the meditation, yeah, I like meditating. I do praying.
right,
You know,
yeah,
but for you to like be at that level of meditation
yeah,
and like tapping into that type of energy,
right,
being calm, finding your state of mind,
right,
subconsciously and spiritually,
yeah,
you know, like I mean, crazy things can happen, good
yeah,
things,
and
and
that's another
so
thing too. It's like because we just don't. Our minds are just so they're they're very young in a
right,
sense.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah,
they like scientists have said we only use 5 to 8%. The smartest people probably 10 to 13
right,
percent
that's it.
of their brain
Yeah,
capacity.
yeah,
So like
that's it,
imagine what we truly can do. This is a
right,
computer. This is a biological computer that we got
yeah,
in here
yeah,
that we just haven't been taught to tap into, or we just don't know how to like really
right,
get within, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But it's possible. I believe it is
oh yeah,
possible. Um, another thing, I don't know if you've people call it sleep paralysis,
oh, sleep paralysis, oh, I used to get that.
but like,
Yeah,
and I believe we everybody gets that. I've
yeah,
heard a lot of people get those, but it's like I think it's a reason because we're truly I believe we're spiritual beings.
yeah, we
We're
are,
energy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We're pure energy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then um, again, just because of how we are created, just pure
right,
energy, bro. Just
yeah,
pure energy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so, like, I believe that because I've had those ever since I was little, and they would scare me because at times it's scary. You
oh
feel like
yeah,
you can't move, or
yeah,
like some people hear certain things, some people see
it's
things.
scary.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
My thing, I would always hear something. I would always hear like a growling or like
Oh
a,
hell nah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Nah, bro. Shoot.
But then, of course, it was scary, when I was younger. But then, as I got older, like it started happening, and I started getting more curious to see what it was, or like what is
Yeah,
that noise? What is going on? I want to see what's going on.
yeah.
So I was, in my room, and it started happening. I was like, oh shit, I can't move. I was like, damn, I'm in this shit. Oh shit, I hear something is right behind me. And I was like, damn.
Damn, bro.
And I was like, all right, calm down, sister. You can move. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Okay. Oh shit, I got my eyes open. Okay. Relax. You're good, bro. You're good. You got this. I was all talking to myself,
Yeah, yeah.
and I could see my room. I could see like the ceiling, like literally, like right now, like I'm seeing it, like that's how it looked. But I could hear what was going on, supposedly behind me, and like this weird growling noise, whatever.
Man.
But then I was like, okay, sister, move your arms. Move your arms. You got this. You can move your arms. And I was like, okay. And I like was able to do like this stuff right here,
Yeah.
And so then finally I was like, okay, I can move my head. And then so I was like, sister, get up, and then I got up and I ran to the light,
Yeah.
because I could still hear it behind me. And so I went to go run to the light. Like I
Yeah.
felt like it literally, I was up. It wasn't a dream to me,
Yeah.
because to me, a dream is separate from what happened that night.
Right.
A
Okay.
dream is like, it's kind of vague. A dream is like switches things real quick. Like you
Right.
can be in one scene in the dream and then
And then
turn
switch
around,
up. Yeah.
you're in a different spot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so that's how a dream for me are. Those are my dreams. That's how they switch so quickly.
Right.
But this was literally like right now I'm standing up and I'm gonna go turn off the light. Like
Yeah.
it was that vivid and that awake. So I went to go grab the light, but I was doing this to the switch, but it wasn't turning on.
Oh man, bro.
And
fuck.
I was like, I'm like, oh, I'm still in this. I'm still
Yeah.
experiencing whatever I'm experiencing because I could still hear it. So I turned around quickly, and there was nothing in the room, but I could see the room clearly as clear, and I saw everything like clear, bro. Like there wasn't like foggy or like
Yeah.
I could see everything, my where my all my stuff were, my bed, everything. How dark it was in the room, but still the moonlight was coming in, and I could hear the sound coming from the window, and I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "What is that?" or something like that. You know, I screamed to the
Oh,
to like to the
man.
to like the window,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Who are you?" You know, like that. And I ran to the window to see what it was. And when I got to the window, I I I woke up
That's
where I was,
crazy.
where I was laying,
Yeah.
and I
That's
was like,
crazy.
"Whoa!" I
Yeah.
was like, "What?" I
Yeah.
was like, "What?"
Yeah. That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like astral projection. I
Oh
believe
yeah.
that's
Oh,
possible.
of course.
You
Yeah,
know,
I
and
believe
again,
that
it's just
too.
because again, like we don't know the capacity of our minds and what we can do.
Well, you got to remember too, like you mentioned back in the natives times.
Yeah,
If you were told this story back then with the natives, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
a big deal for them
Right.
because they're pretty like, yeah, we tap into that spirituality all the time.
right,
It's not a surprise to us.
right.
But if you say this now in this generation, a lot of people will say you're making up stories and
Yeah,
stuff.
or like, oh, it's
Because
just a dream.
it's just a dream, yeah. Because we're so in tune now into more of the physical and technology and
Right.
logic.
But then,
You
even
know?
if you look at technology, bro, it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that is still a miracle in itself. Like, come on, like
Yeah.
you have a device right now. We have a device that's portable.
Yeah,
This energy comes out of nowhere and just
yeah,
you're getting all these messages into it and
Yeah.
all this streaming through the air. We don't
Right.
see it. We can't hear it. We
Exactly.
can't taste it. We can't touch it.
yeah,
But yet we get it on our phones.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But yet it still transmits into our phones.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're telling me we can't transmit certain energy
Right.
towards another being. And that's why, we feel that in subtle ways. Like when people meet certain people, oh, I didn't like his energy.
yeah.
Ooh, he felt
his
weird.
energy,
like
his vibe.
his vibe,
Yeah.
I couldn't vibe with this person because,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not just because, oh, here we go again.
Dang
It wasn't just because of, uh, or like they weren't cool or anything. Like some people just
Right.
have this weird vibe or this weird
Yeah.
energy to them
Yeah.
that you just can't, like,
Oh yeah. Yep.
but yeah, man, I believe I believe in the word
Yeah.
and like what it means and what it's written, and I like to read other like the Quran,
Of course.
stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
to
good.
go into that and just to see different ideas, on how
Yeah.
people think and see religion and spirituality and what it means to them,
Yeah.
and then I try to connect it all together
Exactly.
into like
Yeah.
what I take into it now, and then it's like I've said before, it's within yourself. You need to, of course, it starts with ourselves, because we have sometimes things in our minds that are
Right.
sick,
Yeah.
and some things that think negatively, and sometimes we need to change that within ourselves. We have that capacity,
Right.
if there is a being like Jesus and like Buddha that were able to influence so many people and change within themselves,
Yeah.
and be able to get to a point where they can do things that were
Yeah.
whoa, like a
Yeah.
miracle. You
Yeah.
created what out of water?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well,
Like
yeah.
you're able to do like imagine what they were doing within themselves,
Man.
what they were doing with that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Dang,
That
yeah.
was within them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel every single person has that energy, every single being, because we were giving that. That's what we're given. That's our
Yeah.
gift, you know what I'm saying, if you want to call it.
Right.
And some of us tap into that energy sometimes a lot sooner, and you see
Right.
that within people that are just shying at certain things,
Yeah.
or just are so just passionate about something and they just shine in it,
Right.
yeah, I don't know, stuff like
Yeah.
that's what that's what I've taken from my
No, I
Yeah.
agree because a lot of sources I have and read about, and even our experiences in life,
yeah
that is all connected.
right
And so yes, I read, like I said, I do read a lot of books. I'm open minded,
right
so I try to connect everything.
yeah
No,
and that's good, man. I
yeah.
think that's awesome. I think
Yeah.
it just builds us as human
Yeah.
beings, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't keep us just in a box, you know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly. So it's always
Oh,
good.
my bad.
Oh, you good? You good?
Sorry, guys. I gotta plug this thing in here.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd it go?
We're like, like we were saying though, man, spirituality, religion, uh,
Yeah,
that's
but
how
yeah,
we do it.
yeah, but what were you saying?
But yeah, oh yeah, no, I was saying, what was I saying again?
My
Oh
bad.
yeah, yeah, no, you good, you good. Yeah, no, we're just, to me, is all about learning universal knowledge,
Yeah,
knowledge of the universe and divine wisdom.
yeah,
And so
exactly,
that's
bro.
why I read a lot. And through our life experiences, because we all go through experiences,
Yeah,
I believe that's a big part of it.
yeah,
To tap into each other, tap into
yeah.
within ourselves as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And understand our consciousness,
Yeah.
subconsciousness, our energy, our soul, and our spirit.
Right.
It's not just the physical
Yeah.
all the time. It's everything in one, right?
Right.
Because everything I just mentioned, energy, soul, spirit, heart, mind, is all in one human being.
Yeah.
So I believe we're supposed to balance all those things out. It's
Exactly.
all about the balance.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. And
and
yeah,
so
and that's cool that you said that because it's just it makes me think of like the different from people who believe in chakras that we have energy
chakras,
points.
yeah, the crown
You know,
chakra,
you
throat
know,
chakra,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Heart
heart,
and stomach, and then
right,
the groin, and then the tail. And all that.
right,
Energy points within our bodies that we all have.
yeah,
Um, that's why sometimes people are able to do like uh, pressure. There's pressure points
right,
that heal certain things.
yeah,
Pressure points, and you study that. It's something that's real that you can study. You know how to, if you touch a certain massage a certain part of your body, you can heal certain things, or if you do certain things to your body, you can, what I mean.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean energy, and what you just said, I'm I believe in that too. I
right,
think that's 100%. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it sucks that the only thing that sucks is that separation that religion
yeah,
brings. That's the
yeah,
only
yeah. That's
thing.
the only thing that sucks. Yeah,
That's the
because it separates us, and now
Mhm.
it's to the point where like, oh, if you don't read this certain version, like you
Mhm.
said, this certain edition,
Yeah.
then it's like you're different. Then it's
Right.
like that should not be the case. Doesn't matter what edition you read
Right.
or version you have.
Right.
I'm saying? I believe just follow your heart and your spirit,
Yeah.
and that's what I do. I just follow my heart and spirit.
Right.
Who
Exactly.
I believe in. So the Lord, tells you just follow this path.
Yeah.
Just listen to me. It's
Yeah.
okay to hear advice, learn things,
Right.
but don't let other people's advice define who you are.
Exactly.
If you're trying to discover yourself,
Right.
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So, like you said, it's all about searching within yourself.
Yeah. And what fits you,
And what
you're
fits
like
you
what fits
exactly.
your
Yeah.
path or your mind, and
Right.
as long as it's positive, it should always
Exactly.
be.
Yeah. As long as it's
You're.
positive.
I feel like you're on the right track. As long as it's always
Right.
positive, and it's something that's changing within you, and it makes you grow within yourself. Then I think we're always on the right path if we're able to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Amen, bro. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, anything you want to?
Oh man. Well, I just want to add, to the people that's listening out there, just follow, like I said, follow your path, follow
Yeah.
your heart and your spirit. Don't let nobody try to define who you are
Right.
or try to manipulate you and tell you that, the things you're doing or your spiritual beliefs, if you do have any beliefs,
Right.
don't let other people convince you that you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you find yourself, your true self. You find your own personal belief system and just follow it.
Yep.
And like Cesar said, as long as it's good, you're gonna be on the right path. So just don't worry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I believe just follow your true self, your authentic self.
Yeah.
And everything be all gravy.
Right.
It's all good.
Hell yeah, man.
You know.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. And it's another episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, always seek knowledge, like we've said before.
Yeah.
Always seek it within yourself. And yeah, we'll catch you on that next one.
Yeah. Peace.
All right, man. Latest.